What is going on, everyone? Hopefully you can hear me because we have 1, 2, and 3 fans here at the gym. It is Saturday around 8 p.m. We just got done, me and the lady friend, with a relatively long day. As you guys may or may not know from a previous video, I am a part-time reseller. So we were gone all day looking for some product to sell and doing stuff related to that. So we didn't get to the gym earlier today, so we're here now. And today's training calls for some bench press. One of the things that I wanted to go ahead and touch on regarding bench press is that a few weeks ago I actually had a bit of a pec strain. My right pec was giving me some trouble, and on one of the sets I strained it, unfortunately. This is actually the first time that ever happens to me, so it was a little bit of a shock, a little bit of a downer. But after a week of mobilizing, moving, and utilizing or performing a few rehab movements, my pec healed relatively fast. For most pec strains, people are out of the gym or from pressing for 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, depending on what it is that they did and how severe they strained their pec. But we're good now. This is actually the last day of this first week of block number 2. So I'm hoping to finish on a strong note. I'm hoping to basically pick up where I left off the previous block. Today we're scheduled triples on bench press. So I'm hoping anywhere between 265 and 285 for some nice, clean, solid reps. So let's go ahead and get warmed up and get to it. So with that being said, today's topic is going to be pulling back when things go wrong. So for me, obviously, I tweaked my pec, and I did this because out of the blue, I decided to get a lift off on a particular day that I was feeling pretty good. So it was pretty noobish of me to do that. That's something that I would never do because I always do my own lift off. I don't get a lift off from anyone when it comes to bench press, nor do I recommend it. So being in my particular case, yes, I strained my pec. So what did I do? Number one thing you should do when you go through any type of injury is assess what you can and cannot do. So for me, I wanted to see how much range of motion can I get pain-free. And to my surprise, I was able to get a decent amount of range of motion. So once I figured that out, I decided to mess with my grip width, right? And obviously with a pec strain, the wider you go, the more stress you place on your pec major and pec minor, depending on how low or how deep it is that you're getting in terms of a stretch. So naturally I stuck with a closer grip, and I stayed within that range of motion that I did not feel any pain. There was a slight discomfort, slight pinch here and there, but the reason why I stuck with it was because I was supplementing that close grip, low range of motion pressing with trigger point therapy. Specifically, I was taking a kettlebell and smashing my pec minor in that tender area, because what occurs when you stress or strain or pull muscle, you overextend it in a way, and as a compensation mechanism, it begins to get really tight. Now, obviously, this is looking at it from a very simplistic way. So trigger point therapy helps a lot because it releases that tissue and helps it extend, thus helping blood flow get through it. Which comes to my final point. You want to make sure you get blood flow through any particular muscle group that you strain or injure. Blood flow is going to help that recovery process and shuttle nutrients throughout that muscle. So, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. These are the steps I took to help me get back to pressing within a week from a strain. So, take it for what it is, and hopefully you don't, but if you do come across something similar of my situation, try to follow these tips. Obviously, I'm not a physical therapist, so I would always recommend you consult one before doing anything. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Share it with someone if you think they'll find it helpful. And I'll catch you in the next one.